you're just letting them off the hook. And so I want to teach you guys how I close, and this whole entire training I've learned verbatim from Mr. Chairman John Legaretta. So, you know, find your mentor and duplicate exactly what he's doing, and it's working. So take out your notes, and please, whatever I'm teaching you guys today, duplicate it, like use it. Don't just take this information and then just write it down but not actually do it, because what we're teaching you right now actually works, and it's closed every single person that I've talked to. Now, so when it comes to closing, guys, the number one thing is to start acting like a consultant, not a salesman. So act like a consultant, not a salesman. You want to be a professional problem solver, just like Max Knowles always says, a PPS, a professional problem solver. Salesmen, they convince people, right? Consultants, they try to help people. So salesmen convinces people, as opposed to consultants, they try to help people. What are we doing? We're helping people with this business, okay? Okay, so how to do the difference. How to do the difference between consultant and a salesman. It's all in your tonality and the questions that you ask. So how to do the difference. Number one is in your tonality, and two is the questions that you ask. Guys, sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes, but my tonality, I'm always excited and I'm always exhilarated with my energy, okay? So a salesman is more desperate, right? Oh, you have to get started right now. You have to get started right now. Oh, well, fuck you. You don't want to get started? Like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to you anymore, okay? And number one, they're too pushy and they're needy and annoying. Who wants to do business with someone that's needy and annoying, right? Let me put my phone on airplane mode because all are blowing me up. Okay. A consultant now is more patient and understanding, but not too understanding where they let the lead have the upper hand and get them off the hook, okay? So when you're salesy because you're desperate for people because you have to hit a rank, the moment you start becoming emotionally attached to what they're going to say, then people will start saying no, okay? But the moment you stop caring about what they're going to say, that's the moment that they will say yes, okay? So when you're speaking as a professional, because we're professionals, right? If not, we're gonna get more professional, right? So you need to make sure you watch your tonality. So, Sarah, how do I overcome objections without sounding too confrontational? Okay, easy. Make sure your tonality is more of a consultant, not a salesman. Don't come off as you're desperate and get aggressive and rude and you start lying. I hear that a lot of people, when they don't know how to handle objections, they start lying and spitting out like random shit out of their mouth, okay? So don't do that. Now, number two is to stay humble. Actually, number two is, I want you guys to write this down. Professionals sort through people. Amateurs convince people. So professionals sort through people. Amateurs convince people. We are sorting through people. Amateurs keep trying and trying and trying, convincing them even when they flat out just don't want to do it, and you make them feel like they're an idiot because they don't want to join your business, okay? Now, if you're reading their body language and they don't want to do it, we all know this, guys. We all know this, and some of you guys don't know it. A no is just not yet. A no is just not yet. I've had plenty of times people tell me no, and then they're now in my business today, okay? So they always come back. 90% of recruiting is just simple timing. Maybe it's not the right time in this person's life, and if you push them too hard, you're going to push them what? You're going to push them away, right? So number three on recruiting, very, very important. You want to be very afloat. What does that mean? Meaning you always want to be excited no matter what happens. When you're always excited, you're always going to automatically attract people because we don't communicate with words, right? We communicate through feelings. So keep smiling no matter what happens. Now, number four is mindset. You have to have the right mindset when it comes to closing and recruiting, okay? So sometimes you just need to act careless. You just need to act careless. Have a backbone, guys. Some of you guys I see things being so scared with this concept. Have a backbone, just act like it does not faze you, okay? So when you get, oh, hi, nice to join us. What's up, Miss P? What's up, new Miss P150? Let's go. Oh, Okay, sometimes guys, when I observe you, you just see the faces when someone tells you no. Okay, when you get a certain objection, your whole posture and your whole entire tonality changes. Okay, these little things may be the #1 cause on why you're not closing. Okay, people never look at the little details, but forget that the little details add up to the bigger picture, right? So when someone tells you no, someone tells you no, you kind of have to pause yourself and tell yourself to not change your facial expression. I had to have like a lot of personal growth to be able to do this. Trust me, because I used to be horrible at closing too, and so I learned. But remember just to tell yourself to stop. Don't change your facial expression, your posture, or your tonality, okay? Because as soon as they say no, they read it off your face, they read it off of you, and this stuff is all subconscious. And you don't realize that the stuff that you're doing until I'm pointing it out right now. So maybe now that I actually pointed out, you'll start to like, oh, Sarah's gonna do this. So always smile, always keep good posture, and always have an amazing tonality, okay? So, and when you get objections, you have to control your emotions, guys. Handling emotions equals handling objections equals handling your emotions when you're facing someone's situation, okay? Now, I want you guys to write this down too. I want you guys to be writing down everything I'm saying, but a problem is never a problem. It is only a situation that you solve. A problem is never a problem. It is only a situation that you solve. Does that make sense? And the size of your character is determined by the size of the situation that you fix. So I'll repeat that one more time. A problem is never a problem. It is only a situation that you solve, okay? And the size of your character is determined by the size of the situation that you fix. Boom. You guys, if you can handle big situations, you can make a lot of money with this industry. Okay, there's only 4 conversations you have to master. You guys, I'm very blunt and take it as it is. But if you're gonna hit Chairman 10, if you're gonna hit a Chairman 10 position, why haven't you gone on YouTube and mastered those conversations? Some of you guys act amazed when you hear the objections, but it's the same objections every single time. I don't have time. I don't have money. It's the same exact thing. So why are you acting so surprised? Okay. If you know you're getting, I don't have the money objection, or I don't have the time, and you keep telling me, well, no, Sarah, everyone keeps telling me they don't have the money. It's the same exact problem over and over and over again. Well, maybe you need to go on YouTube and type in how to handle the no money objection, how to handle, it's a pyramid scheme objection, which I never get that, but how to handle no time objection. That's where I've learned all of this stuff from YouTube. If you just type in the objection, there's like 100 videos that pop up. All of them are amazing. So, like I said before, you guys, no one has ever sat me down and taught me how to close people. Of course, we have like trainings every now and then, but no one has ever taught me. A real leader gets out and finds the information themselves, okay? Stop waiting for your upline to teach you these small little things. It should be in your ambition to learn this stuff, okay, guys? So now let's get to the bottom of this training, what you guys have all been excited for today. So closing questions. This is key. This is the #1 key. I hear most of you guys get on the trainings or not on the trainings. I hear some of you guys try and close and you're like, oh, what, did you like it? What did you think? No. #1 question that you ask is every single time, that was amazing, right? What did you like best? Okay? What did you like best? You want to always bring out something positive. If you ask, what did you think? You're accessing the logical part of your brain. And do people make decisions logically or emotionally? Emotionally, right? So you want to make sure you're asking questions that lead into what? Positive answers. Okay? So #2 is, I'll repeat #1 again. So what do you like best? Just remember that. Sarah said, what do you like best? What do you like best? What do you like best? Always remember that. #2 is even more important than #1. #2 is their hot button. If they answer swipe trades, we talk about swipe trades. But don't start talking about something else. Talk about how simple it is. Show them how to do it, how easy it is. sit there, it takes 5 minutes to plug into a swipe trade. So if they answer, network marketing, I love the financial freedom part. Oh my God, me too. So you start talking about the financial freedom part and nothing else, okay? You want to quote unquote feed their hot button, their little pressure points, okay? So, always ask questions. Well, why do you like swipe trades? Part of being a consultant is asking the right questions. Oh, why do you like the network marketing side? Why do you like the harmonic scanner? Ask questions. So when they start talking about what they like, you instantly change up the conversation. So when they start talking about what they like, I see some of you guys instantly change up the conversation, and you instantly act like you don't care anymore. Guys, don't rush through this process. The longer you actually give your time to this person, the longer they'll actually stick with you throughout the journey, the next 5 years, okay? When you rush through everything, you act like you're a little bit too careless and want to just close them right away. Start thinking long-term, and it's not just a sign up, because the more you take your time, like I just said, with this person, they'll trust you, and it's not just the business side. They actually see you as their mentor, okay? So feed their hot button. Why the swipe trades? Why the networking? Why the financial freedom? As a consultant, you're trying to find their needs and desires with the hot button. So as a consultant, you're trying to find their personal needs and desires with the hot button so you can utilize it against them. So if you want to close, find out what they like and why they need it in their life. So if you want to close properly and effectively, find out what they like and what they need in their life, okay? And why they need it in their life. Now, I want you guys to write this down too. Facts tell, stories sell. Every time. Facts tell, stories sell. Instead of telling them how many pips were caught and how much money they can make, of course, that's really good information too, and very good to tell them that. But share a story, share a testimonial. I was very busy, never had time, so swipe trades was very convenient. Oh my gosh, you actually remind me of a friend that used swipe trades. This guy had absolutely no time. He was a full-time, lawyer. Like, he doesn't have any time to do anything. And, he had this amount of money in his account, which is crazy. And he made this amount of money, and he's just like you. So you can do it too, okay? Share a story that people can relate to, okay? Only ask 2 to 3 questions. And with me, like, I always say this, like, when I joined IML, I didn't have any objections. Like, I instantly was like, okay, sign me up. I don't care. It makes money. But when I'm talking to people, I feel their vibe, and I'm always like coming up with some type of story in my head that they can relate to in their head. I don't know if that makes sense. But even if I have to faith it till I make it kind of deal. But yeah. So moving on to the closing, guys. Number 2 is, okay, so this is the second question that you're going to be asking, okay? So I want you guys to write this. Okay, so with the products, let's say we're doing swipe trades. Okay, so with swipe trades, how much money do you see yourself making the first month realistically? Okay, so with whatever products, let's say they like the networking side. Okay, so with the building side, how much money do you see yourself making the first month realistically? I'll repeat it one more time because I want you guys to have this verbatim, like word for word. I don't want you to switch it up in your own way, okay? So with swipe trades, whatever platform, how much money do you see yourself making the first month realistically, okay? Now the prospect will be like, I don't know, like $500, or the normal they're always gonna say, I'm gonna make my investment back. Oh my God, perfect. That's exactly the type of goal that I had, okay? Now, the third question you're gonna ask. Okay, to make X amount, how many hours can you commit to me and yourself? Okay, so to make X amount, how many hours can you commit to me and yourself? Okay, to make $500 to get your investment back, how many hours can you commit to me and yourself? Boom. Moving on. So that's the key, guys. You want to establish yourself as the mentor, not as a friend. How many hours can you commit to me and yourself? Put yourself on the freaking pedestal, guys. Don't be scared. Put yourself on the pedestal. They will respect you so much more on a subconscious level when they know that you're that person that can take them from point A to point Z. okay? Now, what this is really, really important too, because when I first started learning this, I would go out and I would try and do it, and I would feel so nervous. I would feel like I'm like saying it wrong. But it will only sound corny if you think it sounds corny. It will only sound corny and stupid if you think it sounds corny. You gotta have confidence while you're saying this. I used to be scared, trust me, don't worry. But I've done it so many times that now it's just like on autopilot. Okay, so if you have the right tonality, it will all sound super professional. So stand your ground, have a backbone, and ask them these questions. Look them dead in the eye and ask them these questions, and they'll take you seriously. I promise to God it works, okay? Now, they will tell you, oh, I'll commit 5 hours. Oh, I have 10 hours. I have a lot of time. Oh, I only have about 3-5 hours a week. Okay, perfect. That's exactly how many times I had. You always want to relate. Perfect. That's what happened when I first started. Number 4 question. Number 4 that you're going to ask. If I were to show you how to make X amount, working X amount of hours, would you be willing to take the step with getting started today? Not signing up. People don't like to be sold, but they damn sure like to buy, right? So if I were to show you how to make X amount, working X amount of hours, if I were to show you how to make X amount, working X amount of hours, would you be willing to take this next step and getting started today? Boom, okay? Let me know if you guys are good for me to move on, or you want me to repeat it one more time.
Hey, Sarah, I missed the first question. Can you say that one real quick, please?
The first question, let's see. The first question, oh yeah, so let's talk about the services. So let's say we're talking about swipe trades, right? Okay, how much money do you see yourself making the first month with using swipe trades?
Can you repeat the third one as well, the end of the third one, please?
Okay, yeah, so, okay, for you to make X amount, how many hours can you commit to me and yourself? So let's say they say $500, okay? So how, sorry.
But the third is the, if I could help you make this amount of money in X amount of hours, and what's the last part of that question?
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through them really fast again. So the first one is for you to ask, okay, with the swipe trades, how much money do you see yourself making the first month? Okay, realistically. Number 2 is, okay, to make X amount how many hours can you commit to me and yourself? Okay, so you're asking how many hours. Next, if I were to show you how to make X amount, working X amount of hours, would you be willing to take the next step in getting started today? And then I'll go through all of these again after I finish the call, okay? Just for you guys. And I'll copy all of them, I'll write them all out, and I'll post them all in the group chats for you guys too. So you guys can have it like word for word. Okay, so next guys. So as a professional, you are taking exactly what they said and throwing it right back at them, because that's exactly what they want and what they need to hear, okay? Now, they are going to either say yes or they are going to say no. Not now, my closing rate has been literally 9 out of 10 this week, okay? And the other person he's gonna sign up later this week. But now, most important, okay? They're either gonna say yes or they're gonna hit you with objections. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so guys, expect objections. Expect this stuff, okay? This business is not rainbows and candy and rainbows and clouds and whatever, okay? This is a business, so I'm always expecting objections. I'm always expecting them. As an entrepreneur, we are problem solvers, and as professional network marketers, we are problem solvers, okay? So if you know we have to solve problems, then expect objections, okay guys? So when you expect it, you smile and you're like, holy shit, I knew you were going to say that. Oh my gosh, that's how you should feel, because you should know that you're gonna be able to answer this perfectly, okay? And you know, I look forward to helping people with their problems, because after you get good at it, it's like a game now. And that's why I've been such a great closer, because I always have the right attitude, and most importantly, I'm always prepared. I'm always prepared for it. It's like a game. Once you master all objections, it's actually fun because then you can master the mind. And when you master the human mind, then you can master a whole lot more when it comes to sales, okay? So if someone has any objection, please write this down word for word. If someone says any objection, guys, there's a certain way how to handle it. 3 things that I do to offset an objection, okay? Number 1 is to relate. How do we relate? We use the feel, felt, found method. Number 1 is to relate. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found. Okay? Number 1 again, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found. Number 2 is to tell a story. Number 3 is if I, would you. If I, would you. You guys already know if I, would you. You can use this with anything in life, okay? Okay, now, so Sarah, I would love to do this, but the only thing is I just don't have the money. Okay, cool. Make sure you're smiling ear to ear because you know you're about to solve this amazing individual's situation, okay? Okay, love, that's fine. I've been through that. Share a story and don't half-ass the story either. So I found that people who don't have the money usually find it within the first 24 hours, okay? Example, I strongly believe that anyone can find the money, okay? Now, after you use feel, felt, found. Now, let me ask you a question. Number 1 thing, I always go into their subconscious mind. I always like get into their mind, okay? Number 1 question you should ask after feel, felt, found, okay? Let me ask you one question. Why do you want to make more money with IMO? Be real with me. Let's be real. Like, why do you want to make more money with IMO? What's your main cause? Okay, prospect. Well, I want to retire. I want to help out my parents. I want to help out my baby sister that's in the hospital. Well, I want to make more money to live a better lifestyle. Oh my God, I totally feel you. Okay, so let me ask you another question. With what you're currently doing right now, what would you have to do at your job to make an extra $1,000 at your job? Or what you're currently doing, is it gonna help you, retire your parents? Is it gonna help you get a better lifestyle? Okay, so let me ask you one more question. With what you're currently doing right now, be real with me. What would you have to do to make an extra $1,000 at your job? I don't know, a lot. Actually, I don't even think that could happen. Exactly. So what are you going to do different right now, this second? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting for different results. So I tell them, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't decide right now that you want to change your life, you may be stuck in this situation forever. Okay? Now, look, if you were thrown in jail right now, today, and the bail was $500 and you only had 2 hours, if not, you would stay in jail for the whole year. Would you find the money or get stuck in jail for a whole year? Now, this is the card trick that I use. I use this every single time someone has the money objection. So they say, oh, I don't have the money. Okay, cool. Let me ask you one question, Alexis. If I were to pull up into your driveway right now with a decked out, blacked out G-Wagon or whatever color you want the G-Wagon to be, and I told you, hey, I'm going to sell you this car for $217. But here's the thing. You have to give me the $217 within the next 2 hours. What are you going to do? Oh my God, I'm going to go find the money. Okay, so what's more important, your financial future or the money? If you take this seriously, the financial future or your G-Wagon. If you take this seriously, this can pay for your G-Wagon and 1,000 more. So let's go find the money, okay? Oh, I found the money, right? So they're gonna help find the money. Something that I've heard from John is to tell your prospects this because their vision needs to be bigger than their problem. Their vision, even every single person on this call, this goes for mindset with everything. Your vision needs to be bigger than any type of problem that you have in your life, okay? So feed their vision, find out what their vision is. So write this down and tell your prospect. It is not a lack of resources that determines your situation. It is the lack of resourcefulness, okay? It is not a lack of resources that determines your situation. It is the lack of resourcefulness. Okay, I have 10 more minutes, so I'm gonna kind of go through this training a little bit fast. So if your kid had to have surgery and you didn't have the money, you would do everything you could to get the money, right? There's nothing different than finding the money for this and finding the money for that. So let's get the paperwork going and get you started so you never have to worry about this situation ever again, okay? Or you can always use me not having the money was actually the reason. I always say this as well. Me not having the money was the exact reason on why I got started, because I knew if I didn't act now, I would forever struggle, okay? You could find the money if you wanted to. What do we have to do to find the money today? Start getting creative and helping them find the money. So when you are closing, you can't be afraid to put the ball in their court, ever. Don't be scared. Only reason why you guys aren't closing this, only reason why you're not doing this is because you don't fully believe in yourself and you're not confident. Recruiting and closing starts with you. You have to first have faith and believe in yourself and what you're selling, which we all know that this company works amazingly. And if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe in you. You know, I'm confident because I know if you follow me, I can take you exactly where you want to go. You know, now always be relating like, hey, I understand you're scared. I was too. But if you want to run slow, we'll run slow. But if you want to run fast, like the rest of us, let's run fast. You have the full potential to do this. You're worth way more than what you're getting paid for right now. You know, I get really personal with them and get into their head. I always like to paint the vision for them and make it where they can see themselves doing it. Okay. So even though I signed up instantly with no objections, you know, I still, like I said before, if I signed up with no objections, like I was like, sign me up. But with me, when I'm closing someone and I see their objections, I instantly come up with a story like, oh my God, I was the same exact way. I thought it was a pyramid scheme too. I thought it was risky. I had no money either. Oh my gosh, me too. Okay, that was not, didn't have the money for it. I just tell them so they can have a relating story. Okay, so now give them examples on how to get the money. Okay, how much money do you have right now? Well, I have 150. Okay, cool. Let's go get 50 bucks from your mom. Let's go get 50 bucks from your dad. How old are you? 18. Cool. Let's go open a Amscot account. Let's get out $217. Cool. Let's go open a credit card. Let's go sell your Xbox. Let's go sell some water bottles. Cool. Now, shake their hand, close the deal. Boom. Awesome, awesome. So that's closing, guys. And if you want to look up more objections, you know, go on YouTube and learn them yourself, okay? Because I don't have time to go over each objection on here. So last thing that you guys want to talk about, people take action on the fear of missing out and take action on something called leverage, something to leverage. So I'm sorry I'm rushing now. I only have about 9 minutes. So, hey, look, I know you don't have the money, but I have a couple people joining the team this week. They are going to sign up and I could put them in your organization. And potentially in a week from now, you can be 1/3. You can be 1/3 away from P600. And I would help you out with that. If you don't take the chance right now, more than likely it's not going to happen. And you might get stuck with having no money, right? So let's get together. Let's get creative and find a way to have the money so you can go out there and help you change your situation. Okay? Okay, Sarah, what do I got to do? Boom. Okay, next thing is people follow people from a place of strength. People follow people from a place of strength and influence. Some of you guys, I hear some of you guys I hear some of you guys closing people and you just let them off the hook. Some of you don't give people a reality check. You know, I'm amazing at that. Like I'll instantly, okay, this is your reality check. You let them off the hook, and by letting them off the hook, you're letting them off the hook, they are going to live the same life they keep going back to if you don't take the initiative and have the backbone and actually help them out, okay? I close hard because I don't show people, I close hard because if I don't show people a different way, they're going to keep doing the same thing that they're doing. I know if they work with me, they can change their whole entire life. And that's the type of mindset that you have to have. When they find the money, I know they're going to progress, and not only financially, but in every other aspect in their whole entire life, because I've seen it done with my own team and my leaders, okay, guys? So closing is technical, but it's 90% belief and conviction, because you always have to assume the close, okay, guys? So how do you become more confident is number one, knowing your products and studying this industry. If you guys want to take this seriously, you should be reading and you should be watching YouTube videos every single day. You should make that a habit into your schedule every single day. Number two is to believe in yourself. And number three is, excuse my language, but go out and fucking do it. Go out and fucking do it. Fail a couple times, get out of your comfort zone, because that's the only way you're actually gonna do it, okay? So if you work with me, I can change your life. That's the type of, like, speak that into your head. If these people work with me, I know I can change your life. Be a shark, be confident. I prefer for you to be more confident than be reserved, okay? When this person leaves the room, whether I close them or not, this person's gonna respect me so much for even just trying to change their life, okay? So last thing, I have a couple more minutes left. Be excited no matter what happens in your life, no matter how many no's you get, no matter what happens, okay? But put the passion before the paycheck. And I promise you guys, you'll be able to close like every single person. But when it comes down to it, like I said before, is closing and recruiting starts with you. If once you have confidence and once you believe in yourself, I promise you, you're gonna start seeing your closing method just go up, okay? So do you guys have any more questions? I have 3 more minutes. Where will the recording be? I'll put it on my YouTube and I'll send out the link. What's your Instagram? My Instagram is Sarah Waldrop, W-A-L-D-R-O-P. And I think that's my YouTube as well. Dolly. All right, any more questions? Anyone specific you watch on YouTube? Yes, Max Knowles is amazing. That's Chairman 10, John's personal mentor. John got me onto him, and that's the only person I listen to be honest. Max Knowles, Bob Proctor, Eric Worre, of course. But Max Knowles, if you go on Max Knowles and you see their, if you just press on like the side videos, you'll see all of his leaders too. And I think one of them's named Sebastian, I forgot, but they're all on ACN and they're absolutely amazing. Just go on, just take your time. You guys, your schedule, when you guys wake up, I tell this to my team, your schedule, you should devote at least 1 hour of personal development, and when you're doing this personal development, if you guys have a team, even just having 2 people, that's a team. Or just have 1 person, that's your team. When you're doing this personal development, don't just listen to it. The only way I retain information if I take notes on it and I pretend I'm about to train on it. What did I do tonight? I learned this whole entire training and I went and I trained it. And that's the only way you're going to be able to learn the information. Don't just watch the videos, because I know myself, if someone just sends me a video, I won't be able to retain the information. Okay, guys? So what a good way how to learn it too is to take that information, whatever you do, and then go put it right into action. Because once you actually do it into action, then you'll be able to memorize it more. So, weirdest objection you ever got? Sheesh. I don't know, guys. I don't know, Jason. I'm sorry. It won't pop up. But okay, I love you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll put the step-by-step process on what to do on all the group pages. So thank you guys so much. Have an amazing evening.